to our mini interviews before the Super Sleep Summit. Thank you very much for joining me. I wonder if you could start by telling people a bit about you and what you do.
Of course, and thank you very much for having me. It's really great to have a chat with you today. So, my name's Samantha Selby, and I have a background in complementary therapies. I've been practicing for nearly 20 years now, and my skill set really combines touch therapies with emotional support, specifically using EFT. My work also involves giving dietary and nutrition advice, managing stress, understanding what happens within the body. I'm a great believer in that if someone understands what's happening with their body, then they are more likely to make the changes that I suggest. And I've worked with hundreds of clients over the years in my own business. I've taught therapies as well in my own school and also on the degree course at the university in Chelmsford. So my background is quite varied, and when I work with people now, they kind of get a mishmash of everything I've learned over the last 20 years.
Great. Brilliant. And do you come across many people who have problems with sleep?
Oh yes, I mean sleep is quite the cornerstone of our health and well-being, and it is one of the things that I ask all of my clients, whatever reason they're coming to me for, is how do they sleep and what is normal for them, because sleep patterns are quite individual to individual people, and what's normal for one person is not necessarily normal for the other. But we do know that sleep affects everything that we do. It affects how we feel physically, but it has a massive effect on how we feel emotionally. And so sleep is, it's a key. It's a real key part of our health and well-being. And it's the kind of the chicken and the egg. Do you feel bad because you haven't got enough sleep? Or is it the other way around? It's, but it's really integral. So it's a really big part of what I do.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. So that's the reason that we're holding this, because it just affects so much. And what is it that you are going to be sharing at the Super Sleep Summit?
Okay, so at the Super Sleep Summit, I love that name. It's difficult to say. So I'm going to be telling people how to use EFT. Now, for those that don't know, EFT is long name is Emotional Freedom Technique, and it uses meridians or acupuncture points to make changes within the body, and it combines the physicality of tapping on various points with work with our unconscious mind, and it's really, really effective. It's effective on it really in many different ways, but we can get quite emotionally upset about sleep. It can become a real emotional issue, as in we can start to blame ourselves for not sleeping. So because sleep, a good night's sleep does not start when your head hits the pillow. Mm-hmm. A good night's sleep comes from what you do throughout the whole day. So tapping to reduce stress and anxiety and overwhelm is really important, but also you can use tapping literally before you go to bed, before you're getting into bed, so that you are getting your mindset in a really good place for you to have a good night's sleep and taking the pressure off yourself about having that good night's sleep. So I shall be sharing a little bit of the science behind sleep, a little bit of biology on how the body works and what other organs in the body are involved in a good night's sleep, and also doing some tapping, actual getting on, getting down and getting dirty and doing some tapping, so that anybody who attends will go away knowing how to use the technique.
Brilliant. That sounds great. Really looking forward to that session. I wonder if before that there might be anything you could give as a little tip just before everyone gets to see you speak for your full session. Is there anything that they can take away now before the summit?
Yes, of course. Now, one of the things that anybody who works with me gets to hear quite often is a phrase that I use, and this can apply to sleep as well, is whatever you are feeling is okay. And why this applies to sleep is because it becomes such an emotional thing. So whatever you're feeling about your sleep, whether you feel as if you're not getting enough, whether you feel as if somebody else is depriving you of that sleep, snoring or a baby, whether you're feeling as if it's your fault that you're not getting enough sleep, whatever your emotional response to sleep is, whatever you're feeling is okay. And there's probably one other tip that I would share is to sleep in the dark. I will be talking about our circadian rhythms and how melatonin is produced within the body and what other organs of the body prevent melatonin from being produced. And one of the things that we really need to do is sleep in the dark. So those are the 2 tips actually that useful to share with you.
Brilliant, extra value there, and I know you're giving so much value on the day, and I know you're going to be giving people an audio to take away as well, so in advance a big thank you for that as well. And thank you very much for being with me today, and I really look forward to seeing you on the 7th of May.
That's brilliant. It's my pleasure, Julia. And I can't wait to kind of get stuck in and share some of the stuff, some of the knowledge that I've got kind of running around in my head. So looking forward to the day. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks so much. And see you, Samantha.
Okay, bye for now.